You ready? Hi folks, my name's Des and this is a photo of my back. Notice the great hole in it. Doesn't look very pretty, does it? You know, that just came up over a couple of nights and so I went to the doctor obviously, and the report came back, yes, it is malignant. It's a malignant melanoma cancer. I tell you, many nights I walked the floor in pain and not knowing where this had come from. And I couldn't help asking myself the question, why me? Well, someone called it geopathic stress and said it comes from the grid lines that travel around the world in a grid pattern, and every house would have at least 2 or 3. These create an energy field which puts out positive electrons. And if a person happens to be sleeping on these lines, especially if there are 2 or more crossing your body, it doesn't take long to get sick. And then if you have a water vein mixed up with it, you are guaranteed to get cancer. Well, I knew this fellow across the road from where I was living, and I knew he was a dowser. So I got him to come over and see what I was sleeping on. And yes, there were 2 lines crossing right through the middle of my bed, and also a water vein. Now these lines continued on into the lounge room, through the seat, where the lounge chair where I would sit and watch television for hours. And so I asked myself the question, what hope do I have? You know, there's a lot of information on the web about these grid lines and water veins. The research that universities have been involved in regarding all the different types of diseases you can acquire if you're sleeping in the wrong area, particularly looking at arthritis and cancer. These seem to be the dominant prizes in the competition of life. And so I went to see this dowser fellow to check if there were any cancer cells in my body. Well, the melanoma had spread. Yes, I was riddled with it. And so I got onto this new gadget that converts the positive electrons of the grid line into the negative ions that have the ability to eliminate cancer cells altogether. And you know what? It's free from the ground. I also found out that he's putting out an ebook that tells you how to get rid of these grid lines and the water lines, and also how to make your own zapper and water purifier that eliminates all these things. Well, since putting the wire around my unit and stones to get rid of the water lines, I can tell you now, I'm sleeping like a baby. When this ebook comes out, I'm going to make a zapper to keep away those cancer cells. I don't want to go through that pain again. I now have a new life for the rest of my life. I spent 2 years in Nepal helping 2,000 lepers with their diseases besides the leprosy. I wish I had one of those zappers then. I could have helped so many with their pain and their suffering. You can very simply overcome these problems. I did. And those cancer cells, well, when the pathology report came back, completely free, all gone. So I can only tell you, if you have a long-term health problem, my advice to you is to get yourself an ebook. And all you've got to do is follow the instructions. Thank you.